beautiful beings. Here we are once more with Shelter in the Storm and A Course in Miracles lesson 88. Let us continue on with part 1 of chapter 6, the meaning, the message of the crucifixion. You are not persecuted, nor was I. You are not asked to repeat my experiences, because the Holy Spirit, whom we share, makes this unnecessary. To use my experiences constructively, however, you must still follow my example in how to perceive them. My brothers and yours are constantly engaged in justifying the unjustifiable. My one lesson, which I must teach as I learned it, is that no perception that is out of accord with the judgment of the Holy Spirit can be justified. I undertook to show this was true in an extreme case, merely because it would serve as a good teaching aid to those whose temptation to give in to anger and assault would not become so extreme. I will with God that none of his sons should suffer. The crucifixion cannot be shared because it is the symbol of projection. But the resurrection is the symbol of sharing because the reawakening of every son of God is necessary to enable the sonship to know its wholeness. Only this is knowledge. The message of the crucifixion is perfectly clear. Teach only love, for that is what you are. If you interpret the crucifixion in any other way, you are using it as a weapon for assault rather than as the call for peace for which it was intended. The apostles often misunderstood it, and for the same reason that anyone misunderstands it. Their own imperfect love made them vulnerable to projection, and out of their own fear they spoke of the wrath of God as his retaliatory weapon. Nor could they speak of the crucifixion entirely without anger, because their sense of guilt had made them angry. These are some of the examples of upside-down thinking in the New Testament, although its gospel is really only the message of love. If the apostles had not felt guilty, they never could have quoted me as saying, "I come not to bring peace, but a sword." This is clearly the opposite of everything I taught. Nor could they have described my reactions to Judas as they did, if they had really understood me. I could not have said, "Betrayest thou the Son of Man with a kiss?" unless I believed in betrayal. The whole message of the crucifixion was simply that I did not. The punishment I was said to have called forth upon Judas was a similar mistake. Judas was my brother and a son of God, as much a part of the sonship as myself. Was it likely that I would condemn him when I was ready to demonstrate that condemnation is impossible? Let's leave it there. We still have a bit more to finish off with that part 1, the message of the crucifixion. Let's move to lesson 88. Today we will review these ideas. Lesson 75. The light has come. In choosing salvation rather than attack, I merely choose to recognize what is already there. Salvation is a decision made already. Attack and grievances are not there to choose. That is why I always choose between truth and illusion. Because between what is there and what is not. The light has come. I can but choose the light, for it has no alternative. It has replaced the darkness, and the darkness has gone. These would prove useful forms for specific applications of this idea. This cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. The light in you is all that I would see, Mary. I would see in this only what is there. And lesson 76. I am under no laws but God's. Here is the perfect statement of my freedom. I am under no laws but God's. I am constantly tempted to make up other laws and give them power over me. I suffer only because of my belief in them. They have no real effect on me at all. I am perfectly free of the effects of all laws save God's, and His are the laws of freedom. For specific forms in applying this idea, these would be useful. My perception of this shows me I believe in laws that do not exist. I see only the laws of God at work in this. Let me allow God's laws to work in this, and not my own. So lesson 88 is a review of lesson 75, the light has come, and lesson 76, one of my favorites again, I am under no laws but God's. Okay, I'm moving to a year of forgiveness for Jesus commentary. Review 2, Part 8. You are blessed beings. Indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. We thank you once again for joining us in these lessons each day. Why do we thank you? We thank you because this is my work. This has always been my work, and it will always be my work to wake minds up to the truth of what they are. You are eternal, spiritual beings. You are incredibly powerful creators. You are made of love, from love, for love. If you do not fulfill your purpose to create, be free, express love, generate love, and feel love, you do not live in your true nature, let us say. This idea of God's laws versus human laws is a tricky one for many of you because, as you can see, more and more laws are imposed upon you all the time. If you listen to these laws only, you feel constrained, small, and very much under the thumb of the oppressor. If you pay attention to God's laws, which see you as an eternal spiritual being, you invest your time, thoughts, and energy in timeless things. You do not obsess over the body and what it can do for you, or that it might suddenly die on you. You cultivate healthy relationships because you know your relationships with each other are eternal. You pay attention to inspiring ideas about creativity because you know creativity is a natural aspect of your God self. You pay attention. When you understand you are an eternal spiritual being, you pay attention to things that truly feed you and, ironically enough, will help feed you. When you focus on the body, society's laws, and all the limiting beliefs and ideas that impinge on your freedom, you do not feel good. You do not feel inspired or expansive. You do not have to destroy those beliefs and ideas and laws. You merely have to turn your gaze away from them and to the laws, ideas, and concepts contained within this text. Those lift you to the realm of peace, where you can tap into hidden knowledge. You cannot access this knowledge down in the lower realms of the physical 3D world. You do not have the same frequency. So your life completely changes when you follow God's laws. We encourage you to expand your idea of yourself. We encourage you to follow your inner guidance. Follow your heart. The world's laws say you cannot make a living as an artist. You cannot be free. You cannot live a life of happiness and joy. If you listen to them, well, most of you know how that feels. If you listen to God's laws, you follow your heart and get guidance on how to live a wonderful life, find your true purpose, and experience your expanded consciousness. What a wonderful and different feel that has. So we ask you to watch today, where you follow the world's laws of scarcity, death, and attack. Turn your thinking around and follow God's laws of love, freedom, and self-expression. We will speak to you again tomorrow. Namaste, beautiful ones. Until then.